Welcome to the Wise Wolf Project. I'm your host, Wise Wolf. It is Tuesday, August 31st, 2010, roughly noon. Uh, I had a, I had wanted to delay this, but uh, there's so much news coming out. I just, if I tried to do this in one take, it'd probably take me an hour. So I'm going to try to do this in snippets. And this is Utter Nonsense Part 2. And in front of you, we have California students getting tracking devices. And once you read this, it actually says it's preschoolers. Uh, and this is Richmond, California. Now, Richmond, the only thing I really know much about Richmond is from the movie in which Samuel L. Jackson played the coach for, I think that was the name of the movie, Coach. Uh, Played the basketball coach for this high school in um, Richmond, California, and throughout the movie, it shows different places in the city, which I'm supposing is Richmond. But frankly, you get the sense from the movie that Richmond is not Beverly Hills. Richmond is not Bel Air. Richmond is more or less a working poor type of city. Now they may have some spots where the well-to-do people reside, but from the looks of the movie, Richmond is not necessarily a rich city. And quite frankly, this is what happens in a lot of the working poor. A lot of these things get pushed into places like this where they wouldn't even dare do them in places like Orange County or Bel Air or Beverly Hills, well-to-do neighborhoods, things of this sort. Now, apparently, we're tracking preschoolers. We're attaching tracking devices so that the staff can save time and money. They will wear a jersey that has a small radio frequency tag to keep tabs of the children's whereabouts. Now, $50,000 was paid by a grant to fund this. First of all, you got to ask yourselves, what parent, what parent is allowing their children, their child, to be monitored everywhere they go? What happened to teachers? When I was in school, when class was out, they went to the door and stood outside watching the children in the hallway, the kids in the hallway, making sure things were okay. What happened to that? We now have to tag our children with radio devices to keep tabs on them. You can't just stick your head out the door. Are you serious? And we have to spend. And though the school district didn't pay for it, the federal grant paid for it, but the which meant the federal government paid for it, which meant that you who are listening to me, who are a taxpayer, paid for this. So I find this sheer, and these are preschoolers. What are they doing at that age? I mean, when you're that old, yes, you're wandering around. It's not a big deal. Do we need $50,000 to keep tabs of a preschooler? Are you serious? My God, help us. I don't. Needless to say, I think this is a pretty poor investment and a very bad idea. It starts us on the road to a lot of other things. It really reminds me of what's going on at our airports and how we have allowed our government to install these scanners, whole body scanners now. And the biggest thing that I did not hear, okay, these scanners can put X-rays beneath the your clothing, so they get to see your private parts, and the government first of all said that they weren't going to they were going to throw these out after it was shown that you weren't a threat, but we come to find out that in fact they've lied on that account, and that there has been at least one airport that has been keeping those tabs of those x-rays. And mind you, and I haven't heard this said, we have babies, we have little kids, little children, little girls and little boys going through these airports in this very same thing. And fortunately, the Muslim world has flat out said we're not going to do it. Somebody with some integrity saying we're not going to do it. We need to wake up, folks. And because there's so much utter nonsense, I said I'm only going to do two this time. The next thing